We are talking about bringing in drones to schools here in Georgia to help address active shooter situations that we never want to see present. However, we know that this is happening all over the country. So joining me now is the CEO of Campus Guardian Angel. I love the name. That is the company that's going to be behind the first active shooter suppression system designed for schools. So tell me more about how this is going to work. We're bringing Justin Marston right now to talk about how this works. Tell us about the Campus Guardian Angel.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. So what we do is we put drones with less lethal effects. We pre-stage them into the schools, and we're able to fly them from 1,000 miles away. So from our central ops center in Austin, our goal, we can respond in 5 seconds, be on a threat in 15 seconds, and degrade or incapacitate in a threat in 60 seconds at any school in the state of Georgia.
And so these drones here, they're actually going to be remotely headquartered. This is very interesting here. How do you ensure that someone hundreds of miles away can accurately identify and respond to a threat, without putting the innocent students at risk?
Well, we hire the best people we can possibly find. And so, my co-founder, Bill King, was in the Navy SEALs for 32 years, did a whole bunch of hostage rescue missions. We have folks from SWAT, other elements of special forces who've done lots of hostage rescue missions. And then we have 5 of the 10 top drone racing pilots in the nation in our team. So, we're hiring the best, the Tom Cruise, if you like, of drone pilots. And so talent is a big piece of it, and then it's also situational awareness. So we look at the cameras, we have a digital twin of the place, so we kind of know where we're going. We have this Mission Impossible, God's eye view of the school.
Yeah, I love that. It really makes sense when you bring in the movie reference to see the level of skill that it's going to take to get this right. I kind of want to jump back a little bit and talk about where did this idea come from to use a drone in this way?
Yeah. So the idea really came from seeing how incredibly effective small drones were against people with guns. And, they're not shooting them. They're just hitting them, albeit with some type of ordnance. But even hitting somebody with a drone is very effective. And so we kind of said, well, hey, if we could use these small drones that are very cost effective, we could put them everywhere, it would allow us to have an instantaneous elite response. And most of the death in the school shooting happens in the first 2 minutes before police get on the scene. So we were like, well, if we pre-stage the drones in the schools, just like a sprinkler system, the sprinkler system, it gets water on the fire immediately. Our goal's the same thing, but with an active shooter, we can get drones with effects on them to slow them down, to distract them, to start to, incapacitate them before police can get there. And that would save lives in the vast majority of, all the mass shootings we've looked at. We think we'd have significantly reduced the death count, and so the parents who lost kids at places like Parkland.
Yeah, I love the sprinkler analogy. Even my producer was in the background nodding, like, yeah, that's a connection. That really makes sense. Any word on where the Guardian Angel drones will be deployed here in Georgia, and how many?
Yeah, so we're deploying 40 boxes of 3. Now we're putting them across 5 schools with 8 in each. 8 boxes in each, so there'll be 24 drones in each school, and there's 5 districts and 5 schools that have been selected. They aren't public yet, but they will be by early next week. So we can't preempt the DOE in saying what they are, but in the next few days, it should be announced.
All right. So, yeah, I think a lot of parents were wondering about that, and a lot of community members are wondering, like, well, this sounds pretty cool. Where exactly will it be? So I'm sure we'll be talking to you again here in the coming weeks as we get more information about the exact location of the rollout. Anything you think we left out about how this works? Because it's so unique. We sort of want to get behind the mind of it. Anything you think is unique that maybe the general public wouldn't understand about how this is expected to work?
Yeah, I think in terms of concerns that we hear from people, folks are very worried about whether AI is taking the decisions. It's not. We have a crack team of people that done hostage rescue and great pilots flying them. We get asked about, if somebody can hack it. But, we're using NSA's Commercial Solutions for Classified reference architecture, which they use for the nation's senior leadership cell phone. So, it's not one layer. We have many security layers around it. We really designed it to be secure and not allow somebody to come in and hack it. And then ultimately, I would say, look, of all the things that are out there, this is the first technology-enabled solution that can stop somebody with a gun, other than another human with a gun. So we want to take the risk. We don't want law enforcement officers putting their lives at risk unnecessarily. But at the same time, we believe that every child in America and every child in Georgia deserve an education free from the fear of mass gun violence. And that really is the core mission of the commercial side of our company, is like, look, this has gone on too long. We want every child to be safer, and we want every child to feel safer.
All right, we absolutely love that, and we definitely agree. I want to put my hat in the ring for the first time that the Campus Guardian Angel lands here in Georgia. If you guys are doing any sort of media behind the scenes, we would love to see how this works. So I'll have my people to call your people. We thank you so much for joining us on this Friday morning.